Roasted winter squash. Let's do it. Or is it roasted winter squashes? I'm not sure, but I got a beautiful assortment here. And it's running out of time. Their season is almost up, so go to your local farmer's market. Scoop them up because this recipe is not only stunning, it is nutritious and delicious. Let's do it. Roasted winter squash. I think it's squash. I think I got it. I'm a smarty pants. Nutritious. Here are the ingredients. I have an assortment of winter squash, a pomegranate, vegan cheese, and some pine nuts. Let's do it. It is crucial to have a sharp knife when you work with something like a squash. So get yourself one of these because my mom never sharpens her knives and it is awful cooking with a dull knife. And it's scary because it's easier to slip and cut yourself. A little trick to sharpening a knife is pinch the blade between your pointer finger and your thumb. That way you know you have a 45-degree angle when you put it between the blade and the honing tool. Set the honing tool on the table so you have it steady and then just go from the heel of the knife to the tip. Whee! It's really fun. It's like sharpening your nails. You want a super sharp knife. It makes cooking fun. I don't know why, but for years I didn't try a delicata squash. I just stuck to butternut and spaghetti squash, and that was it. I then tried acorn, but it took me forever to try this, and I'm so glad I did because it is a little slice of heaven. It's probably now my favorite squash. So you can either cut it into rings, but I like to cut it on a diagonal for this recipe to kind of switch it up and make the cuts a little more unique. Roll up your fingers, get above it, and cut it down on an angle. Scoop out all the guts really well. They do not look good when you roast them if you have like the little hairy bits left on them. And then save these guts for a stock. I'm telling you, there's so much flavor in them. Set this guy aside. Ooh, I see you. What the heck? What in the... Oh my goodness. What a sucker. I got sold a decorative squash. Oh my god. I thought this was like an edible squash. It's not. It's decorative. That's embarrassing. Okay. That never happened. Okay, moving on. Cutie booty butternut squashes. Pushing down. Cute. Okay, same thing. Scoop out the center and save it for your stock. Save it for the stack. So the cool thing about veggies is that you can cut them however you like. In school, they're like, cut them in cubes, cut them in cubes. It's like, no, don't tell me what to do. I'll cut them however I like. Making all the slices the same size. Sometimes it's easier to cut around it a little bit. This right here is a carnival squash because it is multicolored and beautiful. I guess that's why, because it belongs in Carnival Roadshow because it's so pretty. I don't know why it's called the carnival squash actually. Get over top of it, cut down. We're gonna save that bit for our stock. You know, there's no waste here at Nootritious. These are really pretty because they have like a flower pattern to them. Look, they're like a little daisy. All this squash have edible skin, except for this, which is not edible. It's for decoration. Who uses decorative squashes anyways? It's ridiculous. Butternut squashes used to be my favorite squash. This bit is very hard to cut through and I kind of like the look it up on the plate. So keep that there and just cut down either side of it. Let's cut off its butt. And now it's just an earnut squash because it's got no booty. Gut scooping. Preheat your oven to 350 and do each squash separately. This is my favorite olive oil right now. Mina. Put some olive oil, a little pepper, some salt, and then mix them around. Make sure you coat every piece. Line sheet pans with tin foil And then spread them out evenly. Make sure they have room to crisp up. You don't want to crowd them. If they're too close, they're just going to steam and they're not going to get that nice golden brown edge that we're looking for. Pine nuts are delicious, but they are very expensive. So if they're not in your budget, you can use sliced almonds instead. So there's a little space on this baking tray. I'm going to spread them out evenly, and we're going to pop this in the oven for 10 minutes. Take them out after 10 to 15 minutes. Pull the pine nuts out, flip these guys, and put them back in for another 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it. The thinner ones are going to cook a lot faster, obviously, than the thicker ones. And when they're ready, pull them out. It turned out great. A good way to think about plating is height, depth, and dimension. So I'm going to spread it out to the edges, but I want some height in the middle. That's going to really bring some beauty to it. Saving the really gorgeous ones for on top. Look at that beautiful carnival squash. Wow, such interesting shapes. You never really see this with squash. That's incredible. And my little love for the center. So pretty. We're gonna hit it with some vegan cheese. This is similar to a vegan goat cheese, but honestly, any cheese is gonna be really, really good on this. Wow. It's like snow. Now for the red, sweet pop of the pomegranate. Who doesn't love a pomegranate? It just brightens it up. Now you want our crunch of the pine nuts to spread that around. That is incredible. Add that touch of green, the freshness to it. Bing! It's beautiful. Hit it with a touch of pepper and beautiful finishing salt. Now for the most important part, the taste test. Oh, let me try the carnival squash. Let me try this carnival. Sent me on a ride, baby. Yum. Nutritious and delicious. Oh my goodness. That sweetness of the squash, but like that pop of the pomegranate. Oh, and the smoothness of the cheese and that crunch of the nut. Nutritious and delicious. Thank you for watching, and pretty please subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Sending love to you all.